Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a baby horse or foal. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. To the right, draw another circle as a guide for the back portion of the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. Make this circle slightly smaller than the first circle. Don't place the circles too far apart or the body will be too long. On the top left side, draw another circle as a guide for the head. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle as well. First make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Draw this circle about half the size of the first circle. Don't draw this circle too high up or the neck will be too long. On the bottom left side of the circle, make a small mark for the first part of the muzzle. Connect the small mark to the head circle using curved lines to finish the guide for the muzzle. The muzzle should be similar to an upside-down arc. Draw a sloping line across the entire head. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later on. On top of the head, draw 2 small arcs as guides for the ears. Make the arc on the left slightly smaller. The guides for the ears should be similar to the letter M. Under the first circle, draw a long vertical line as a guide for the front leg. Foals have long legs, so don't draw this line too short. Bend the line at the bottom to indicate the hoof. To the left, draw an angled line as a guide for the other front leg. Bend the line in the middle to indicate a joint. Under the circle on the right, draw a long angled line as a guide for the hind leg. Pay attention to how this line bends to indicate the joints. This line should bend at the top, in the middle, and at the bottom. To the left, draw another angled line as a guide for the other hind leg. Bend this line near the middle to indicate the joint. Connect the head to the body using sloping lines to create the guide for the neck. The bottom of the neck should be slightly wider than the top. Connect the circles in the middle using horizontal lines to finish the guide for the torso. Curve the line slightly. On the right side, draw a short curved line as a guide for the tail. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch a small oval for the eye. Place the eye on top of the horizontal guideline near the center of the circle. Pay attention to the size of the eye in relation to the head. When you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. As you darken the shape, make the sides pointier for the corners of the eye. Make the line at the top thick to indicate the eyelashes. Inside the eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. In the middle of the eye, draw a small oval and shade it in for the pupil. Shade the rest of the eye. Don't overlap the tiny highlight circle when you shade the eye. As you shade the eye, use a value that's lighter than the pupil. Draw a short curved line on top of the eye for the eyelid. Add another line at the bottom for a wrinkle. Keep these lines close to the shape of the eye. Near the tip of the muzzle, draw two short curved lines for the nostril. Place the nostril on top of the horizontal construction guide. The shape of the nostril should be similar to an oval. Add a few curved lines around the shape to give the nostril more structure. Shade the top part of the nostril. Use the initial arc as a guide to draw the muzzle. Darken the path of the guide but curve the line inward to create the mouth. The mouth should be under the nostril. Don't make the line for the mouth too long. Darken the tip of the initial arc for the top part of the muzzle. Add a short curved line on the left side for the nostril that's on the other side. Under the mouth, draw a curved line for the chin. Follow the path of the guide as you draw this line. Darken the arc on the top right side of the head to create the first ear. Make the shape slightly pointier as you darken the guide. Add a short line on the bottom right side of the shape for the edge of the ear. Inside the shape, draw a series of short strokes for the fur. Darken the shape on the left to create the other ear. Make the tip of the ear pointier than the initial guide. Draw a few short strokes between the ears for the front part of the mane called the forelock. Use the initial shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the head. Follow the path of the guidelines but make the top part of the head flatter. Draw a curved line to the left of the eye for the brow. Darken the bottom part of the guides. Draw a curved line on the right side for the jaw. Use the vertical line that's under the body as a guide to draw the front leg. First, lightly sketch the shape of the leg around the guideline. Keep the edges of the leg close to the guideline so that the overall shape is thin. At the bottom, draw a square-like shape for the hoof. Draw a couple of curved lines near the middle of the shape for the joint. Make the top part of the leg slightly wider than the bottom. When you get the shape of the leg right, darken the lines. Foals have skinny legs, so don't draw this shape too wide. Add another circular shape near the bottom for another joint. Make the shape of the hoof similar to a square. The top part of the leg should be inside the body. Draw a couple of short curved lines at the top to indicate the muscles. Add a short line at the bottom to complete the hoof. Now use the line on the left as a guide to draw the other front leg. First, lightly sketch the shape of the leg around the guideline. The shape of the leg should bend as the foal is stepping forward. Keep the edges of the leg close to the guideline so that the shape is thin. When you get the shape of the leg right, darken the lines. Bend the middle part of the leg to indicate the joint. Add a joint at the bottom of the shape by drawing curved lines. Draw the hoof as a small square-like shape. The top of the leg should be slightly wider. Draw a line at the bottom to finish the top part of the hoof. Use the angled line on the far right side as a guide to draw the hind leg. Just like with the front legs, first lightly sketch the shape of the hind leg around the guideline. The top part of the hind leg should be wider than the top part of the front leg. At the bottom, draw a square-like shape for the hoof. Make the top part of the leg wide and gradually make it thinner toward the bottom. Draw an angled shape near the middle for the joint. When you get the shape right, darken the lines. Use curved lines as you darken the shape to indicate the joints and muscles. Bend the shape of the leg along the path of the guideline. Make the overall shape of the leg skinny. Bend the bottom part of the leg to indicate the joint and hoof. Draw a few lines inside the shape for the muscles and hoof. Use the line on the left as a guide to draw the other hind leg the same way. Lightly sketch the shape of the leg around the guide and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. The top of this leg will be hidden behind the body and the first hind leg. Bend the shape in the middle to indicate the joint. At the bottom, draw a square-like shape for the hoof. Draw a curved joint above the hoof. Draw a series of short strokes above the neck for the mane. Follow the slope of the neck as you draw the mane. Don't make the mane too long. Now use the remaining shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the body. Simply darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the body. Don't overlap the legs that are on this side as you draw the underside of the body. Draw the shape of the tail around the guideline on the right side. Don't draw every individual hair strand on the tail, just draw the overall shape. Now erase the initial guidelines. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Don't worry about erasing all of the guidelines, it's okay if you leave some behind. Redraw any of the final lines that you may have accidentally erased. Now shade your drawing. Horses can have a variety of coat patterns, so you can shade yours however you'd like. For this pattern, use a medium value across the body but leave a section on the head and legs blank. Shade lightly at first and gradually build up to darker values. For light values, push down very lightly on your pencil, then push down harder for darker values. Shade slowly and evenly to create a smooth texture. Shade the mane and tail using a dark value. Use a darker value throughout the body to create some shadows. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. Pick a light source as you shade so that the shadows are consistent throughout the body. Here the light source is coming from the top, so most of the shadows will be on the underside of the shapes. If you'd like, you can add spots or patches on your coat pattern. Draw a shadow at the bottom using a medium value. Keep shading until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the foal. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.